we have to follow three rules. What is the first rule? Is the number of vertices present in the graph must be equal, must be present in our spanning tree. Must be present in our spanning tree. How many vertices are here? How many vertices are in this graph? We are having 7 vertices.
Seven, sir.
After constructing spanning tree, it also consists of how many vertices? It must consist of 7 vertices only. Okay, that is the first rule we have to follow. And the second rule is no loops or no cycles. No loops or cycles present in a spanning tree. Present in a spanning tree. Okay, that is the second rule. And the third rule is the graph after constructing a spanning tree, it must be a connected one. After constructing a spanning tree, it must be a connected one. What is the meaning of connected graph? What is the meaning of connected graph?
All nodes must be connected.
Connected graph is nothing but you can start from any node. Suppose if I'm starting from V1, am I able to reach remaining all other nodes from V1? Yes or no? If you are able to reach remaining all other nodes present there, like V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. That means if I'm starting from V1, I'm able to reach V2. Similarly, I'm able to reach V3, I'm able to reach V4, V5, V6, V7. Then only we'll call it as a connected graph. Okay, so spanning tree must be a connected one. Okay, suppose if you are unable to reach any vertices, then we cannot call it as a connected graph. We have to call it as a disconnected graph.
Sir,
okay.
Ramakrishna sir.
Now, for every graph, how many spanning trees we can expect? Before going to that one, how many vertices must be present in a spanning tree? Suppose in a graph, we are having n vertices are there. In a graph, we are having n vertices. Then how many vertices are present in a spanning tree?
N power n minus 2.
How many vertices must be present in a spanning tree? How many vertices must be present in a spanning tree? ఇక్కడ స్పానింగ్ మనకి గ్రాఫ్ లో ఎన్ని vertices ఉన్నాయమ్మా? 7 vertices ఉన్నాయి. సో స్పానింగ్ ట్రీ లో కూడా ఎన్ని vertices ఉండాలి? 7 vertices ఉండాలి. Okay. Now how many edges must be present in spanning tree? How many edges?
N minus 1 edges.
N minus 1 edges. N minus 1 means here in our example 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. So that is n minus 1 edges. Now tell me how many spanning trees we can construct from a given graph. How many spanning trees we can construct from a given graph? How many number
n
of
power n minus
n power
n minus 2 sir.
n minus 2 constructed are n power n minus 2. N power n minus 2. Okay, these are the number of spanning trees we can construct. Okay. So now, next point what we have discussed is we have discussed about with respect to weighted graph. When we will call a graph as a weighted graph? When we will call as a graph as a weighted graph? Now tell me, is it a weighted graph or not? Is it a weighted graph or not? How we can say it is a weighted graph?
Weights are present.
Weights are present on each and every edge. So each and every edge is associated with a weight. So whenever each and every edge is associated with weight, it is called as a weighted graph. Okay. So in this weighted graph, so we may have any number of spanning trees. We may have any number of spanning trees, but what is the main important thing here is we have to construct minimum cost spanning tree. We have to construct minimum cost spanning tree. What is the minimum cost spanning tree is the total number of weights must be less. Okay. So the suppose if I'm traversing in, we may have some multiple number of spanning trees are there. So you can calculate the what is the total weight we have to travel or we have to perform. We have to calculate that one. So we'll compare each and every one. So finally, whichever is having less weight, whichever is having less weight, we'll consider that one as a minimum cost spanning tree. Whenever we want to construct a minimum cost spanning tree, there are two algorithms are there. Okay, if we want to guess, we can guess it. We can guess what is the minimum cost spanning tree, but we are having two algorithms are there to find the minimum cost spanning tree. The first algorithm is Kruskal's algorithm. And the second algorithm is Prim's algorithm. So we are having two different algorithms are there to find the minimum cost spanning tree from a given graph. Find the minimum cost spanning tree from a given graph. Okay, so first one is Kruskal's algorithm and second one is Prim's algorithm. Okay, so first we will see about the first algorithm, that is the Kruskal's algorithm, by taking this example. So first what we have to do is in Kruskal's algorithm, first I will explain with respect to this graph and then we will go for next. Now tell me what is the minimum edge weight in our graph? Minimum edge weight in our graph.
1, sir.
What is the edge name? What is the edge name? What is the edge name? In which edge we are having
V2 to
one as a weight? Good.
V2.
V2, V4. V2, V4
V4.
consists of what is the weight?
1, sir.
1. Are we having any other weight, any other edges with weight 1 in our graph?
Sir.
V3 to V6, sir.
V3 to V6. V3 to V6, which is also equal to 1. Are we having any edge which is equal to 1?
No, sir.
No. Then we will go for second highest weight. What is second second least weight? What is second least weight?
2, sir.
Where we can find 2? In which edge we can find 2?
V2, V5, sir.
V2, V5. Are we having any other edge which is having 2 as the weight?
Sir, V1 to V4.
V1 to V4.
V4.
Very simple one. So try to understand. It is very simple one. Just what we are doing is from our graph we are finding what are the minimum edges. First we are finding what are the edges which are having least weight, and then we are going for next weight, and then we are going for next weight, so that we will write each and everything. All the edges we have to be. So totally how many edges are here in this graph? Totally how many edges are there in this graph? How many edges are there in this graph?
12, sir.
12 edges. So now already 4 edges are finished. Now tell me what are the next weight?
3, sir.
3. Where we can find 3? Where we can find 3?
V4 to V5, sir.
V4 to V5. What is the edge weight? What is the edge
3,
weight?
sir.
3. Now, are we having any other edge with weight 3?
No, sir.
Any other edge with weight 3?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Then we'll go for next weight. What is the next weight is 4. Now tell me what are the edges which are having weight 4?
V1 to V2.
V1 to V2. What is the weight?
4, sir.
4. Any other edge with 4 weight as 4?
V4 to V6.
V4 to V6. What is the weight is? Weight is 4. Weight associated with that edge is 4. Now tell me any other edge with weight 4?
No, sir.
No. Now we'll go for V5 5 weight 5. What are the edges with weight 5?
V1 to V3, sir.
V1 to V3. So we'll go for V1 to V3. What is the weight associated with that one is 5. Now can anyone tell me, are we having any other edge with weight 5? No. Okay, we'll go for 6. Now tell me which edge is having 6 weight with 6?
V7 to V6, sir.
V7 to V6. What is the weight associated with that one is 6. Now
6.
any other edge with weight 6? No. Now
No, sir.
7.
V4 to V7, sir.
V4 to V7. This is very simple one. What is the weight is 7. Now 8.
V4 to V3, sir.
V4 to V3. Anything. We can write V3 to V4 or V4 to V3. What is the weight is 8. Now 9.
V5 to
V7.
V7, sir.
V5 to V7. What is the weight is 9. Okay. So totally how many are we left with any other edges? How many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have visited all the edges. Okay. Now what we have to do is, first we have to construct minimum weight trees, minimum edges. So what is the first one?
1, sir.
1. So where we can find 1? Where we can find 1?
V2 to V4, V3 to V6, sir.
So first what I will do is, I will construct So what is the first vertex name? V2 to V4. So this is the first one. Okay. What is the vertices which is having less weight?
V1.
V1 to V4. So now what we will do is, first I will connect these two with a line. Now what is the second edge is V1 to V4 with weight, V3 to V6 with a weight 1. So I will construct that one also. Okay, so before going to that one, leave about V3 to V6. So we are having V2 to V4. So what is the minimum edge associated with either V2 or V4? We will start from either V2 or V4. What is the edge which is having minimum weight? So we are having two edges are there. One is V2 to V5 and second one is V1 to V4. So what we will do is I will construct one edge V1 to V4. Okay, so here the weight associated with it is 2. Now, okay, what is the other edge which is having weight 1? Two edges are there. Now, one is V2 to V4 and second one is
V3 to
V6. So we'll construct that one also. V3 to V6. It is 1. So we'll construct that one also. Okay. Otherwise, what we'll do is better. What we'll do is I will start from here only. First, I will remove all these things. Okay. So first, what I'm doing is I'm removing all the edges. Okay, so I'm removing all the edges. So now out of them, which is having less weight? V2 to
V4,
V4.
sir.
So first I will connect V2 and V4 with a line. So V2 to V4, this is the first edge. What is the second one which is having less one is V3 to V6. So now I will connect that one. That is V3 to V6. Okay. Now, what is the next one? V2 to V5. V2 to V5. So while we are connecting, we have to verify are we getting any cycle or not. If you are getting cycle, we will leave it. Okay, if you are not getting cycle, then no problem. Okay. Now, next one is V1 to V4. Next one is V1 to V4. So which is having smallest weight. So I will draw a edge between V1 to V4. Are we getting any cycle here?
No, sir.
No. What is the next one? What is the next one?
V4 to V5.
V4 to V5. Suppose if I draw V4 to V5, are we getting cycle?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if I draw like this, are we getting cycle or not?
Yes, sir.
So can we use that? Can we use that edge?
No, sir.
We're getting cycle means we cannot use. Why? Because spanning tree does not consist of cycle. So next we'll go for next one. What is next one is V1 to V2. Suppose if I draw V1 to V2, are we getting cycle or not?
Yes, sir.
No. So we are getting cycle. So we'll leave it. Next one is V4 to V6. Are we getting cycle or not?
No, sir.
No. So what we will do is we will go for V4 to V6. Okay. Next V3 V1 to V3. If I construct V1 to V3, are we getting cycle or not?
Yes, sir.
Next we will leave it then. Next one is V7 to V6. If I draw an edge between V7 to V6, are we getting cycle or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So what we'll do is we'll draw an edge between V7 to V6. Okay. So this is the way we have to draw. Okay. Now tell me, all the edges are all the vertices are connected or not?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
How now? Is it? Are we having any cycle here?
No, sir.
No. So now no cycle is there. So this is our minimum cost spanning tree. Now tell me, what is the total edge of this spanning? What is the total weight of this spanning tree? What is the total weight of this spanning tree?
One.
Total weight of the spanning tree. First, V1 to, you can take any one. V1 to V4. What is the value of V1 to V4?
4, sir.
V1 to V4.
2, sir.
2. So that is 2 plus. Next, V2 to V4.
1, sir.
1, sir.
Next, V2 to V5.
2, sir.
Next, V4 to V6.
4, sir.
4. Next, V6 to V3. What is the value of V6
1,
to
sir.
V3? V6 to
1,
V3.
sir.
1. Okay. Now, V6 to V7. V6 to V7. Entama?
6.
6. What is the total weight of this one?
16.
16.
16. So the minimum cost spanning tree of our graph is 16. So this is the way how we have to construct. So this algorithm is called as a Kruskal algorithm. So this type of algorithm which is used to find the minimum cost spanning tree is called as a Kruskal algorithm. Okay. So first, what are the steps we have followed here? Can anyone tell me what are the steps we have followed here?
First, with
So first, what we have to do is we have to take each and every edge. What is the format in which we are taking those edges is whichever is having less weight we are writing first, and continuous, and we are writing up to, that is descending order or ascending order of edges.
ascending order of this.
Ascending order or descending order of edge weights. Edge weights are ascending order or descending order. Are we arranging edge weights as ascending order or descending order? Chipana, are we adding ascending order or descending order?
Ascending order, sir.
ascending order. Okay, we are arranging them in an ascending order. Okay, so in this way we have to prepare a minimum spanning tree from a given graph. So we'll take another example to make you better understand. So Kushkal's algorithm. So here, what is the main purpose of this algorithm is used to find the minimum cost spanning tree. The main purpose of this algorithm is minimum cost spanning tree. So we are using some greedy approach. So here this algorithm is treats the graph as a forest, and every node it has an individual tree. A tree is connected to another one only if it has the least cost among all the available options. So మనం ఎప్పుడు కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాము అంటే whenever we are having least cost, then only we will uh, uh, connect. And another important thing here is while we are connecting, we cannot violate MST properties. What is the meaning of MST? MST stands for minimum spanning tree. Okay, we cannot violate the spanning tree properties. What are the spanning tree properties? What are the spanning tree properties? Main two properties are there. What are those main two properties? First one is all the vertices must be present, and second one is, what is the second one?
No loops present.
No loops are present. Loops ఉండకూడదు. First one ఏమో అన్ని vertices compulsory ఉండాలి. So that is the main property of a spanning tree. So we'll take one example here. So we'll take this example. So is it a tree or a graph? Is it a tree or a graph? So definitely it is a graph. So first what we have to do is, in our graph, if you are having any loops are there, we have to remove those loops. Okay, loop is nothing but, suppose here if you see here, A to B is one way is there and A to B is another way is there. Two ways are there between A to B. So whenever we are having parallel ways, we have to remove the parallel, we have to remove one of them. Okay, which one we have to remove? Size weight 9 we have to remove, or weight 6 we have to remove? Whether we have to remove weight 6 or weight 9?
Weight 9, sir.
Is this diagram is visible to you?
Sir.
Okay, is this diagram is visible to you?
Sir.
Yes. Okay, so which one we have to remove? There are two parallel paths are there between A and B. So which one we have to remove? Path with weight 9 we have to remove. Okay, another thing here is we are having a path between C to C. Whenever we are having a something like this, we are calling it as a loop. We have to remove this one also. That means first we have to remove all the loops and parallel edges. That is the first step. What is the first step we have to perform is we have to remove all the loops and parallel edges in our which are present in our graph. So here one parallel edge is there between A to B and we are removing, and the second one is loop is there between C to C, we are removing. So that one I am representing with the help of a dotted lines. So here in our next diagram you can clearly observe. Here I am representing with dotted lines. So dotted lines is indicating the one which we are removing. So the first one is a parallel one, and the second one is a loop. So I'm removing these two. So which one we have to keep out of all parallel edges? Which one we have to keep? Which is having least cost. So out of these two, 9 and 6, we are having least cost or least weight is 6. We have to keep 6 and we have to remove 9. Okay, anyhow C to C is a loop, we have to remove that loop. Okay, after removing these parallel edges and loops, our graph is like this. This is our graph after removing the loops and parallel edges. Okay, now what we have to do is that is our first step. Now what we have to do is, in our second step, we have to arrange all the edges in their increasing order of weights. We have to arrange all the edges in their increasing order of weight. Just now we have discussed ascending order. Ascending order of weights or increasing order of weights, both are same. So if you see our graph, now tell me what is the minimum weight? What is the minimum weight here?
2, sir.
2. Where we can find 2?
B to D and
B to D. So first
T
I'm
to D.
writing B to D with weight 2. Next one is D to T. D to T is also weight 2. Now, what is the minimum age after 2?
3, sir.
Age weight 3. So where we are having 3?
A to C, sir.
A to C and C to D. So 3. Next after 3?
4, sir.
4. Where we can have 4?
C to B, sir.
C to B. C to B is 4. So we'll go for 4. Okay. Next, are we having any other edge with weight 4? Are we having
No,
any
sir.
edge weight 4? No. So next we have to go for 5. Which edges are having weight 5?
B to T, sir.
B to T. B to T. So with weight 5. Next, are we having any edge with weight 5?
No, sir.
No. Then we have to go for weight 6. Where we can find weight 6?
A to B, sir.
A to B. So that's why I'm writing A to B with weight 6. Next least weight.
A to S, sir.
S to A or A to S, anything. So which is 7. What is the next one?
S to C, sir.
S to C, which is 8. Okay, so this is our ascending order of edge weights. Okay, so that is the second step. What is our second step? Is arrange all the edges in their increasing order of weight. So here we have arranged all the edges with the increasing order of weights. Next, what is the third step? What is the third step is we have to add edge by edge. So first we have to remove all the edges, and after removing all the edge we have to add edge by edge by taking the smallest weights, which are having the smallest weights. So now tell me which edge we have to which edge we have to add first. Out of these all these edges, which one we have to add first? Which one we have to add first? Out of all these edges, which one we have to add first?
2, sir.
2. So where we can have 2?
B to D and
B to
D
D
to
and D to D. So that's why what I'm doing here is first I'm removing all the edges. I'm taking only B to D and D to D, which are having 2. Next edge, what is the next least weight?
3, sir.
3. So where we can find 3?
A to C and C to D, sir.
A to C and C to D. Suppose if I draw the A to C and C to D, am I getting any loop? Suppose see here, first if I draw A to C, am I getting any loop?
No, sir.
No. If I draw C to D, am I getting any loop?
No, sir.
No. So we can draw both the edges. So I'm drawing both the edges. One is A to C and C to D. Now tell me which one is having next least weight.
4, sir.
4. Where we can have 4?
C to B, sir.
C to B. So just go for C to B. If I attach C to B, are we getting any loop or not? If I
Sir.
attach C to B, are we getting any loop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is CBDC is a loop. So can we attach that edge or not? Can we add that edge to our graph?
No, sir.
No. So then what we'll do is we'll go for next least weight. What is the next least weight?
5, sir.
5. Where we can have 5?
B to T, sir.
To T. So now we'll go for B to T. Suppose if I attach B to T, sorry, wait, just a minute. If I attach B to T, are we getting a loop or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so we cannot attach B to T. Now we'll go for next edge, next least weight edge. What is next least weight?
6, sir.
6. Where we can find 6 weight? A to B. Suppose if I attach A to B, are we getting a loop or not?
Sir.
Yes, so we have to leave that A to B also. What is the next one? Next minimum weight?
7, sir.
7. So now if I attach, where we can find 7?
A to S, sir.
A to S. Suppose if I attach A to S, are we getting any loop or are we getting any cycle?
No, sir.
No. So we will attach A to S. Now if you see here, all the edges are there in our spanning tree or not? S is there, A is there, C is there, D is there, B is there, T is there. So can we stop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can stop. Okay. So this is the way how we have to perform, how we have to construct our minimum cost spanning tree. So finally, what is our minimum cost spanning tree here in our example is this one. This one is our minimum cost spanning tree. So now what is the weight of this minimum cost spanning tree? What is the weight of this minimum cost spanning tree?
4.
What is the weight
17,
of
sir.
17? So this is the weight of the minimum cost spanning tree with weight 17. So is it easy or not? Is this
Yes, sir.
approach is easy
Sir.
or not? Very, very simple approach. So first what we have to do is we have to write all the edges, all the edge weights in ascending order or increasing order. That is the first step. And then before that one we have to verify any parallel edges are there or loops are there or not. If any parallel edges or loops are there, we have to remove them. That is the first step. And then what we have to do is we have to write each and every edge with the increasing order of weights. And then what we have to do is we have to remove all the edges. We are removing all the edges. That is the third step. After removing all the edge, we have to start adding edge by edge in the increasing order of edge weights. While we are adding increasing order of edge weights, we have to consider that what is the thing we have to consider is, are we getting any cycle or not? If we are getting cycle, then we will leave it. Otherwise, then only we can add it. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take another example. We'll take another simple graph. So instead of drawing by me, I will take from the internet. Okay, we'll take, instead of going for a complex one, I'm going for some simple one. Now, can anyone tell me what is the minimum cost spanning tree for this graph? What is the minimum cost spanning tree
3
for
to
this
4.
graph? So first what we have to do is, are we having any parallel paths? Are we having any parallel edges are there? Any parallel edges are there? Any parallel edges? What is the meaning of parallel edge?
No, sir.
What is the meaning of parallel edge?
See.
So multiple number of paths are there between any two vertices. multiple number of paths are there between any two vertices, it is called as a parallel edge. Okay, we did not have any parallel edges or we did not have any loops. So first step is over. What is the second step? What is second step is we have to write the edges with the increasing order. So what is the minimum weight here?
3, sir.
3.
3. So where we can find 3?
V2 to V4. Sir.
V2 to V4. This is the first one. Okay.
V4 to V.
Oh, okay, good. What is the next one? Are we having any other edge with weight 3?
Yes, sir.
V4 to V5.
What is that one? V4 to V5. V4 to V5, which is also having weight 3. Next. What is the least edge
4,
cost or edge weight? 4.
4,
Where
sir.
we can find 4?
V2 to V5, sir.
V2 to V5. We'll go for V2 to V5. What is the weight? 4. Next. What is the next? Are we having any edge with weight 4?
No, sir.
Then we will go to 5. Where we can have 5?
V1 to V2, sir.
V1 to V2. What is the weight here is 5. Next. Are we having any 5? Weight 5.
No, sir.
No. Then we'll go for 6. Where we can have 6? V1 to
V3.
V3. 6. Next. Any other edge with weight 6?
Yes, sir.
What is that one?
V3 to V5, sir.
V3 to V5 with weight 6. Next. Any other edge with weight 6?
No, sir.
We'll go for 7. Now tell me which are having 7 as weights. Edge with 7 weight.
V4 to V6, sir.
V4 to V6 with weight 7. Next.
V6 to V5, sir.
V5 to V6, anything with weight 7. Next. 8. Next. 8.
V2 to V3, sir.
V3. What is the weight is 8. Are we having any other edges still pending? How many edges
sir.
are there in this graph? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Totally all are present. Okay. Now what we have to do is we'll construct a similar type of graph. Okay, we'll construct a similar type of graph. Just within 2 minutes, I will construct. First, we'll draw all the vertices. So this is the vertices 1, vertices 2, this is the V3. Now here it is V4, it is V5, and V6. How many vertices are there in our graph? How many vertices are there in
9.
our graph?
6, sir.
6. So now we are able to write all 6 vertices. Just I'm adding names. Okay, now tell me which is having least weight in our graph. Which is the least weight in our graph? Which is having least weight in our graph? Which edge is having, just 1 minute. Which edge is having least weight in our graph? So you can see this table. Which one is having least weight?
V2 to V4.
V2 to
V2 to V4. So first what we will do is we will connect V2 to V4. V2 to V4. This is the first one. Next, what is second one? Next, what is the next least one? What is the next least one? V4 to V5. So we'll go for V4 to V5. Okay. Next, what is the next least one? What is the next least one?
V2 to V5.
V2 to V5. So next what we'll do is we'll attach V2 to V5. Suppose if I attach V2 to V5, are we getting loop or not? If I'm attaching V2 to V5, are we getting loop?
Sir.
So can I add,
Yes,
can
sir.
I add this edge?
No, sir.
No, we are getting cycle, so we cannot add this edge. Okay, so I'm removing. What is the next one? What is the next
V1 to
weight?
V2.
V1 to V1 to V2. So we will add V1 to V2. Are we getting any cycle here?
No, sir.
No. What is the next step?
V1 to V3.
V1 to V3. After adding V1 to V3, are we getting any cycle?
No, sir.
No. Next, what is the next least weight?
V3 to V.
Suppose if I add V3 to V5, are we getting cycle or not?
Yes, sir.
Are we getting cycle?
Yes, sir.
Can we add this edge now?
No, sir.
What is the next one? What is the next one? V4 to V6.
V6.
Suppose if I add V4 to V6, are we getting any cycle?
No, sir.
No. Now tell me, all the vertices are, is it a connected graph or not? Is it a
Yes,
connected
sir.
graph or? Yes. Why? Because all the vertices are visited. Now tell me, what is the weight of this minimum? What is the weight of this minimum cost spanning tree? What is the weight of this minimum cost spanning tree?
3 plus
So first, what is the value of V1 plus V1 V2?
5, sir.
Next, what is the value of V1 V3?
6, sir.
Next, what is the value of V2 V4?
3, sir.
What is the value of V4 V5?
3, sir.
What is the value of V4 V6?
7, sir.
7. What is the total value now?
24.
24.
So the minimum cost, the weight of minimum cost spanning tree for our graph, given graph is 24. So this is the way how we have to find the minimum cost spanning tree with the help of a Kruskal's algorithm. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see about Trim's algorithm. Okay, so these are very, very important questions and very easy to answer. So very, very simple mathematics. Just 1 minute, just I will open the attendance. So just by observing how we are performing each and every task, so you can able to do the same things. You can understand how to perform operations on Excel and how to perform operations on Word. So if you observe or not, I'm drawing each and every graph in front of you only. So you can also understand how to use these things, like how to adjust the font size or how to change the uh, font, or how to draw the circles, how to draw the lines, all those things, how to attach text to our circle, all those things you can understand. Okay, so this is the way how you have to learn. Okay, just please verify your attendance. Just 1 minute. ఒకసారి చూడండి అమ్మా. Roll number 1, 2, roll number 3 is absent. Roll number 16 is absent. '28 is absent. 31, 32, 33 absent. 30, 43 is absent. Okay, so remaining all are present. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can leave now.